head of the NSA said. He said, this is the way you establish a tyranny, like the ones that he had observed throughout his career of decades. He watched the East Germans, he watched the Russians do the same things to their people. Now we have that capability, and as he pointed out, we have a police state. And as evidence of that police state, look at this article from nextgov.com. They point out the Obama administration aims to create insider threat job specialty in order to plug leaks. Now listen to this quote. I think this says it all. Quote, "It's a privilege to work in this program, and the only reason you are there is to help protect your colleagues, not to out them." Not to out them. Not to expose any criminal actions by your colleagues, not to expose the fact that they are violating our rights, that they are violating the Constitution that they swore to uphold as part of the government. No, you're there because you're there to protect your colleagues, that kind of groupthink. And then they underscore that. At the very end, they say they have to view themselves as part of a community. That is dangerously misplaced loyalty. That is at the heart of the police state. That is what we have to change in this upcoming year. Now stay with us. Right after the break, we're going to have a special message from the Federal Reserve, and we're also going to have, after the program, we're going to have a short about the creation of the Federal Reserve and the parallels between it and It's a Wonderful Life. Stay with us.
Sold out for weeks due to the difficult and extensive proprietary process behind its creation, the exclusive INFOWARS Life Secret 12 formulation is now back in stock in the last limited shipment of 2014. The most bioactive form that has been created with our proprietary process. This ultra-clean vitamin B12 nutraceutical has been carefully crafted and developed over the last 2 years and is based on cellular science of how your body actively absorbs essential nutrients. Secret 12 is taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Vitamin B12 deficiency is linked to scores of serious problems. And Secret 12 is a fusion of 2 organic proprietary forms of vitamin B12, bringing you a true nutraceutical quality vitamin B12. Secret 12. Secret 12 is an excellent Christmas gift and is tailor-made to boost your New Year's resolutions. Supplies of Secret 12 are very limited. Secure yours today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. 2015 is almost here, and with it comes those New Year's resolutions to finally transform your body the way you want it. There's a reason over 88% of New Year's resolutions fail. Make this year different by equipping yourself with Oxy Powder, the next level in cleansing the body naturally. Using super oxygenation, Oxy Powder, available through InfoWarsLife.com, gently cleanses the body while you sleep with easy capsules. Tens of thousands of individuals have used Oxy Powder to cleanse their bodies and aid in their transformations. Even InfoWars Nightly News Director Rob Dew has been using Oxy Powder with incredible success.
Took it that first day, and then I took it for 6 more days after that. 12 pounds melted off in about a week. I'd say a week, 7 days.
2015 can be different. Diet and exercise are important, but a lot of us have already tried that. Oxy Powder flushes it out. Secure your Oxy Powder at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139.
Well, we're drawing to the close of 2014, and we've seen Obama really come into his own, really grow into maturity as a dictator. He said many times at the beginning of the year that he was just the president, that we had divided powers. He said 22 times that he didn't have the authority to just make law. But by the end of the year, he was telling his friends, I changed the law for you. He was threatening the new Congress, saying, there's nothing you can or will do to stop me in his war on coal. Here's some of those clips from the last year.
We mentioned earlier that yesterday President Obama attended a Democratic fundraiser at the home of actress Gwyneth Paltrow. She told the president she was, quote, one of your biggest fans, if not your biggest. You're so handsome. I can't speak properly. It would be wonderful if we were able to give this man all of the power that he needs to pass the things that he needs to pass.
We are going into bona fide, 200-proof, classical, hardcore, 100% tyranny on every front because good people won't organize and say no.
They'll warn that tyranny is always lurking just around the corner. You should reject these voices. Now, I know some people want me to bypass Congress and change the laws on my own. And believe me, right now dealing with Congress, the idea, believe me, the idea of doing things on my own is very tempting. I promise you, not just on immigration reform. The notion that I can just suspend deportations through executive order, that's just not the case, because there are laws on the books that Congress has passed that for me to simply through executive order ignore those congressional mandates would not conform with my appropriate role as president.
You know, they're elected. We have a constitutional system of government. The Speaker of the House and the Leader of the Senate and all those folks have responsibilities.
There have been significant numbers of deportations. That's true. But what you're not paying attention to is the fact that I just took an action to change the law. Now,
No, Obama can't do that. He can't violate congressional law because he feels like it, like he's on the border and guns and power plants and everything else.
we must do more to combat climate change.
The White House counselor running point for the president's climate change action plan, John Podesta, says there is really nothing anyone in Congress can do to derail their agenda, and that includes new regulations on power plants.
We cannot have a society in which some dictator someplace can start imposing censorship here in the United States.
As we grasp at victory, there is a cancer, an evil tumor, growing, spreading in our midst. Shout! Shout! Shout out his name!
Imagine what they start doing when they see a documentary that they don't like, or news reports that they don't like, and others start engaging in self-censorship because they don't want to offend the sensibilities of somebody whose sensibilities probably need to be offended.
I have two words for you: predator drones. You will never see it coming. You think I'm joking?
One of the things in the new year that I hope Congress is prepared to work with us on is strong cyber security laws that allow for information sharing across private sector platforms as well as the public sector. If we don't put in place the kind of architecture that can prevent these attacks from taking place, this is not just going to be affecting movies. This is going to be affecting our entire economy in ways that are extraordinarily significant.
The Molon Lave Silver Coin, certified by the Provident Mint. This 1-ounce silver round is 0.999% fine silver, inspired by the legendary Spartan king Leonidas and his refusal to lay down arms in defiance of Emperor Xerxes. Molon Lave, that's Greek for come and take it. This is available now at INFOWARSstore.com. Act now as supplies are limited. And don't forget, free shipping and a free gift. That's INFOWARSstore.com.
For all of recorded history, civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever, it's important to stock up on high-quality Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com and to help others during Christmas by teaching them about the powerful benefits of silver. Secure your Silver Bullet today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
Hello, I'm Mr. Moneybags, and I have a message for all of you out there this Christmas season. As you sit down with your family and friends, you need to be thankful of the unseen hand that has guided your monetary system for the last 101 years now. That's right, thanks to some members of an unknown group who decided they should take it upon themselves to control the monetary supply for the betterment of the collective as a whole. When ultra mega rich people like myself want to help little people like you, we have to make sure our assets have cover. We like to have our losses shared by the public, but keep our profits private and to ourselves. So my unknown group, which included the heads of J.P. Morgan, Rockefeller, National City Bank of New York, First National Bank of New York, and the founder of the Council on Foreign Relations, met on an island on the coast of Georgia for a, quote, hunting trip. We would divide the banking system into 15 districts with one main office in Washington, D.C. We didn't want the government meddling in our affairs, so we had a ceremonial pitchman position created, and that person would be the focal point for all criticism and damnation when the people discovered that printing money out of thin air would cause inflation. This person was known as the chairman, and our little banking organization we called the Federal Reserve, which is about as federal as Federal Express. Oh, I love that one. We rammed this little plan through Congress and the Senate in just 2 days in late December, and we had our little agent Woodrow Wilson sign it just 2 days before Christmas. Ah, the most wonderful time of year. Anyway, flash forward 101 years, and we have fully recovered from the recessions of 2008, 2000, early 90s, early 80s, mid 70s, late 60s, early 60s, the recessions of 58, 53, 49, 45, 38, 37, and 33, which started back in 1929. The stock market has never been higher, billionaires are buying all of New York City, and I've never had so much money for my bags, which is why I believe I was put here on this earth. Never mind economic production, unemployment, reduced labor pool, outsourcing of factories, our money backed by something tangible. As long as we have ones and zeros, we can kick you and your children's future down the road until it's too late for you peons to stop us. So Merry Christmas from the Federal Reserve, celebrating 101 years of economic disparity and financial ruin, except for those of us who know the inside of the money to bags ratio quotient. Don't worry, your precious in the Fed movement will never regain traction now that the race riots have started.
Over the last 100 years, the Federal Reserve has created bubbles and burst them, enslaved us with debt, and destroyed our purchasing power through inflation. Yes, it's been a wonderful lie for the bankers. There are striking parallels in Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life to the lies and tricks that real bankers used to create the Federal Reserve. Human nature doesn't change, and the greedy elite of 1913 and 2013 look and act a lot like Potter, the banker in the movie. And many Americans are left like George Bailey, staring into the abyss as their dreams collapse and they face financial ruin. Do we live in a country that looks a lot more like Pottersville than Bedford Falls? What does Frank Capra's film show us about how we got here and how we can get out? When the Federal Reserve was created 2 days before Christmas 100 years ago, it was a culmination of 6 years of fraud, fear, and manipulation.
I've never really seen one, but that's got all the earmarks of being a run.
The Panic of 1907 was used to shape public support for the Fed. The panic was triggered by rumors that 2 major banks were about to become insolvent, just as we see in the movie.
George, there is a rumor around town that you've closed your doors. Is that true? I am going all out to help in this crisis. I have just guaranteed the bank sufficient funds to meet their needs. They will close up for a week and then reopen.
Just took over the bank.
I may lose a fortune, but I am willing to guarantee your people too. Just tell them to bring their shares over here, and I will pay 50